Hello, everything working? Let's quickly see. There we go. Awesome. We should be live now. Perfect. I'm gonna wait for some people to join. I want to see if I can get this on my iPad. I want to see how everything works. One viewer, concurrent viewers, views, concurrent viewers, chat rate. How's it, everyone? Oh, I see. Let me actually set up my microphone as well. My mic is all the way down here. Wait 1 second. How's it? Let me know if you guys can hear me now better. I'm sure you can because my mic was not properly set up. That's all good. I don't think I can get this control room on my iPad, which is very annoying, but that's okay. Let's see, videos. No, it doesn't look like it. Does anyone maybe know how to show all these concurrent viewers on my iPad? How's it? Prezemek Sadawiski. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. How's it? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Do say if you can hear me. That would be a big help to me. If you can hear me fine, if my stream quality is fine, let me know what is fine. And then I can get started on the Elliott Wave. Yeah, let me know. I was actually also just making some tea. I have this McDonald's cup for my tea. I found a very cool thing, I'll tell you now. Bang. Cool. Yes, bro, all good. Many traders expect price to go up before down. What do you think? Or do we go straight down from here? Okay. How's it? Okay, let's get into some charting. Do I expect price to go straight up from here? I don't. No. I don't expect price to go straight up from here. This is quite a massive dump that we have seen, and we are tracking it quite nicely. I mean, we shorted from this one-to-one level at 65,500, shorted from this level at 64,400. So at the moment, no, this trade is open currently in around 7% profit. I don't expect price to go up from here, but we'll get into that now. I'll answer all your questions properly, and everything will be discussed. But yeah, this is the current scenario here. All good, perfect. I wonder what you guys are drinking today. I'm having some tea, just some normal Ceylon tea. But yeah, you guys must stay hydrated before we get into this charting. It's going to be a nice live analysis, so do be prepared for that. Wait 1 second for me. Do you guys have milk in your tea? I definitely do. Oh, okay, so white tea. You have white tea. That's very good. Yeah, it is white tea. Yeah, let's get into some more analysis. So it is around, let's see, how long have I been streaming? 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Average view duration is around 1 minute 38. So let's see what price action we can get into today. So at the moment, I'm going to start on the 4-hourly time frame. We are still in this WXY correction. So obviously we're going to be doing some Elliott Wave Theory. This is theory that has been around for many years, and charts work in waves. wave patterns. So at the moment we're in this WXY. Nothing very new there. If you've been watching all the videos, nothing new. But we are in this ABC correction here. An A wave down, a B wave up, and a C wave to the downside, targeting that 1-to-1 ratio at 45,390. So you were saying just now, do you expect up before down? You know, there are two scenarios, and we'll get into the two scenarios now. But the two scenarios actually are that either price hits around this $59,000 level, these trend lines down here, the 1-to-1 ratio at 57,703, that is the target at the moment, and then price moves a little bit up before being rejected again, moving down, not taking this low, and then moving all the way to all-time highs. At the moment, I think that this is very likely, but this is also likely on the chart that we move straight down to that $45,000 level. I mean, there's a reason I posted in the Discord for short opportunities, because at the moment this was very overbought here. Both these regions, price was very overbought, and often when we see massive pumps to the upside, there's not massive overbought levels. So we see something like a 1-2, a 1-2 with RSI either resetting over here, bullish CVD divergences from these lows, and we blast off. Over here we didn't see that. We saw price move up to this little level and it was all the way oversold. So we don't want to be seeing that on the chart, but yeah, I can discuss that a bit more. I'm just getting some questions in. View about BTC current, as I said, there is, at the moment, this move down does not look finished. This move down is still playing out. But okay, so let me answer all questions by getting into this C wave to the downside. So at the moment we are in this C wave to the downside. In a C wave, we should have a 5-wave structure. As you can see here labeled on purple, we have a wave 1 to the downside, 2 up, and now we are currently in this massive 3, 4, and a 5. So if we go to the 15-minute time frame, we can see all these 1-2s playing out. So we had that 5-wave structure in wave 1. This 5-wave structure confirmed the start of an impulse to the downside, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now either this is a wave 1 or a wave A. We can't know just yet, only can know once the moves down have completed. Then after this we have a wave 2 hitting that perfect 1-to-1 ratio that we shorted from, and now we are seeing another move down. So in this I count a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, so a triple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing that orange degree wave 3, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can actually take this off the chart now for less confusion. So a double 1, 2, a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. This is what I expect to happen at the moment. But the most bearish scenario on the chart at the moment is that this entire thing is a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and this is only the start of this wave 3, and that means we are moving much lower. But this is the most bearish, and I don't think this is playing out just yet, but we'll see on the charts in the coming days. Let me just see for some questions. There is a CME gap at 54k. Let me just check that quickly. 54k, I mean, on what time frame are you talking about? Is there a CME gap on the 4-hour, daily? What are we looking at? 4-hour time frame. I mean, there's a CME gap on the 4-hour time frame over here at 58k as well. 54k. I don't see many at 54k on the 4-hourly. If I go to the daily. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is no, not really. No, I don't see it. I don't see it on the daily either. So which 4-hour or which 54k fair value gap are you looking at, sir? You can answer me in the chat. But yes, so at the moment we are still looking at lower prices to the downside. So this hit the target now for the minimum degree wave 3. So if we are the least bearish, this wave 4 and 5 is actually not a thing. And we have this wave 3 over here. Then the 4 and then the 5. That is the target at the moment. Most likely bouncing off this fair value gap here at this between, what's the sitting between? Between 58,607 to 58,315. So likelihood we bounce off of that is a lot higher. But at the moment I do count it somewhat like this. A 1 to the downside, 2, 1, 2, finishing that 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So if I were to quickly explain what a 1, 2 does, is where we have a larger degree 5-wave structure and then a smaller 5-wave structure in the third wave. So we call this a 1, 2, and because a 1, 2 follows directly after, we call it a double 1, 2. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. That's how it is named. Very, very nice labeling there from Elliott Wave. So in this we have a 1, 2, 1, 2. So as we said, a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. That is what I expect to happen. And now that weekend is coming up, the likelihood of 4 5s is the highest probability. So the likelihood, this scenario is the highest probability, in my opinion, is high. So this is the most bearish scenario on the chart at the moment. He still hasn't answered where that CME gap is. So let's actually go to this live. Let's see. 7 concurrent viewers. Very cool. He hasn't said where that CME gap is, so I'll leave that for now. If we go, so that is what we're looking at the moment. This 5-wave structure to the downside that is still incomplete. Now, what I do expect to happen for this third wave move to play out is that we have this being an entire wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is how we get that massive 3 to the downside. For this 3 to the downside at the moment actually looks more likely if we do indeed come down a lot quicker than we thought. So something of a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, something like that could be very possible. But at the moment, the 4 5s, in my opinion, should be playing out. So if this is part of a larger degree wave 3, it is possible, but let's see what price gives us. So the invalidation for this scenario is sitting at this wave 4 high at 61,118. That means this scenario would be invalid. This orange scenario would be taken out, and this green scenario would move in. Then the invalidation for that green scenario would sit over here at 61,528. So if 61,528 is hit, this entire scenario is then left in the dirt, and there is no major 1, 2 to the downside. And to recount this as somewhat of a more complex B wave that is playing up, that would be quite a big stretch, as the wave A was very short. As you can see here in time, it didn't go long. This wave B is already extremely long on the chart for a wave B, so this wave C would be that move there. So let's see how it plays out. I don't think that these levels at 61,100 are going to be hit if this is the main scenario. 4-hour time frame on the CME gap. So let's just quickly look. 4-hour time frame. If we go to 54,000, there was apparently a $54,000 CME gap. Let's see here. Okay, so let me just mark out where $54,000 is for you. Starting around there, ending at 55,000. So in this region here, I don't see any CME gaps in this region. CME gaps, there's no CME gaps on the 4-hourly time frame that I see. Okay, so let me quickly explain what a CME gap is. If you have two candles, let me draw some candles here for you guys. So, candle 1, candle 2, this one extends, and candle 3. Okay, so these being 3 candles, the wicks over here, that is wick 1. Let's make it orange and let's make it a line. So this would be wick 1, this would be the wick from here, this the wick from here, something along these lines. Now a CME gap comes from the middle wick of these 3. So the middle wick of these 3 sits over here. This is the middle wick, and it is used from the previous wick and the wick after. So if we take the high of this wick and we draw a line, let me draw a line here for you, and the high of this wick, and we draw another line, this is the CME gap on the chart, and we then mark this off as a CME gap here. So on the 4-hourly time frame, I actually don't see any of this scenario playing out. If you see here, you can see that there is a gap in a wick. If you look at this CME gap that I've drawn on the chart here, you can see there is the high of the previous wick, the low of the following wick, and that creates the CME gap. But in this region here, there is no CME gap. If we look at the high to lows of the previous wicks, so we can see here, this being a middle wick, this to the low here, the CME gap has already almost been filled out by the following wick after this green candle here. So that CME gap is almost invalid and very, very small left over. This over here does not count as a CME gap, this low to high, because the previous wick already filled that entire middle wick out. If you see here, the red follows the entire of the green wick. That means it doesn't create a scenario something like this. So if you do have still that 4-hour CME gap that I'm not seeing, you can please show me on the chart. Maybe in the Discord, if you pop in there, I'll definitely be open to sharing my thoughts. But so that is for the main scenario on the chart. We are still looking at lower. At the moment, we are in this wave 4. Now, this orange wave 4 has a target of, if we look here, so this is the target for a wave 4 with an invalidation sitting at that 618. So if I change this color to red, that is the target for this wave 4 on the chart here. At the moment, I expect something like an, where is my brush, something along the lines of an A, B, C, finishing that wave 4, and then the 5 wave structure down in 5, possibly a ending diagonal, something like this, where we have converging areas, something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something along these lines. That is what I expect to occur on the chart. You can screenshot that and see if it plays out, but this is what I expect to happen on the chart here. That moves the entire thing. But yeah, this is the main scenario on the chart for now. Following that, we would have another A, B, C, then following that another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a diagonal like this with converging lines as usual. So you can screenshot this and see if it plays out. Likelihood, in my opinion, is high, and this ending at around the $57,500 is likely, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly pour some milk in my tea and then have a sip here. But yeah, so price at the moment is looking very bearish, in my opinion. Price is not holding much strength here. This is what I see. The likelihood of $57,000 is increasingly higher. But yeah, let's see how that plays out. Check this cool McDonald's cup that I found at obviously McDonald's, but every time you get a Big Mac, you get a free cup in South Africa. Let me know if your country has this as well. Oh, lovely. But yeah, let me know if your country has that as well. That's a very cool thing that South Africa just did. Hi bro, are you in a trade? Yes. So Crypto Degen, I am in a trade. So if we go over quickly to my Discord, you can see, I'll put the link for the Discord on the chart now. But I can show you which trades I'm currently in. All the trades that I take are posted on this account. All the new people to the Discord. So cool having all these people. I mean, at the moment we're at almost 140 people. Crazy. But yeah, so all trades list is where I post. So trade possibilities is where I put all the trade possibilities for from our YouTube channels. Then trades due to possibilities is where those YouTube channels actually predict what the trade, or the YouTube videos have the trade possibilities. Then price occurs and moves into that target which we want to trade from. This is then put in the trades due to possibilities Discord channel, and then that becomes an all trades list which I put here. So the current trades that I have open are trade 9, trade 12, and trade 13. So if we go to trade 9, it is a date called on the 26th of September, a short on the 4-hourly time frame. So this was put in all trades possibilities, and I said that you should short from this 1-to-1 over here. Let me find it quickly. This 1-to-1 here, the 1-to-1 at 65,481. I said price is almost at the 1-to-1 ratio. Shorts from here must be considered. And if you look at that 1-to-1 ratio, that $65,533 region, we shorted from this area, and the short is indeed still open, targeting that massive move to the downside. So yes, I'm still in a short at the moment. The short is sitting in around, let's see, a 8% profit. Is that right? Oh, around an 8 or 9% profit. Then I said on the all trades list, there's currently trade 12 and trade 13 open. These are the same trade, just on different time frames. So I use different wallets for different time frames. So 4 hours less is way more money than a 1 hour time frame. I mean, a 1 hour time frame is very, very risky compared to a 4 hour. 4 hours a lot more stronger. You can see the trend, whereas 1 hour is very, very risky to take, and a 15-minute is even more risky. So that's why I said for trade 11, I said at trade due to possibilities, I posted here and I said, stated in the YouTube video today, I would personally close the trade on the 15-minute time frame. Even though I missed this little move now to the downside, this move that occurred over here, I still closed it because it is a riskier trade, a lot higher leverages and a lot tighter stop losses on the 15-minute time frame. But my 4-hour time frame from this level here is still open at that short, targeting this move here, and the level over here at the 1-to-1 is also open. That perfectly touched. This was almost like a sniper entry. But yeah, so those are the ones still open. Trade 12, if we go here to the trade here, I said the 1-to-1 level has been hit. I expect price to move down. If you see here, it's this exact same chart, 65,533 and 64,441. If we go here, 64,441, I put that little arrow over here, and what happened? Price moved to the downside. So I do expect something like that to occur still. Price move further down, and then we are going to be closing those trades there. Today I said there are some trades you can take, but I didn't put them in the all trades list, as I haven't price hasn't moved into the area where I've said always track these trades due to possibilities or all trades list in my Discord. Hi bro, are you in a trade? Very nice, brother, thank you so much. What's the invalidation for a current wave 4 to the upside again, please, mate? Yes, perfect. So at the moment we are in, as I said, this 5-wave structure to the downside, a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. So remember the triple 1 2 or double 1 2, as I said, it's counted as a 5-wave structure to the upside with 5-wave moves in this, and it's counted as a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. If you see here on the chart, very terribly drawn, but you kind of get the point. So the invalidation on this scenario here is the 0.618 is an invalidation for a wave 4. So the 0.618 here, so if we measure from the top of this wave 2 to the bottom of this wave 3, at the moment our invalidation point comes in this region at the $61,126. That would be the invalidation for this wave 4 and means something more bullish is occurring. But and this is probably an A, B, C structure instead of a 5-wave structure to the downside. So if we do get a 4-5, it confirms the wave 3 being finished, or confirms this entire move down. So that is the invalidation here. If you can see, it is at the $61,126 level. That would be the invalidation there. So if you want to take a short, I'm guessing why you're asking that question is you would like it to take a short from this wave 4. If you were to do that, going on the 15-minute time frame, because this would be a 15-minute time frame trade, you can see here that we have a 1 2 3 4 and now possibly a 5 in a wave A. This means we would get a wave A up, B down, C up, finishing that A, B, C, and then a short from here would be good, targeting that wave 5. So that is what I'm guessing you're asking for. Is this right? If this is right, please do let me know so that I can quickly explain to you what I would do in that scenario. Do let me know. But yeah, this is the main scenario on the chart here. Tea must 100% be the best drink in the world. 100%. Tea and Coca-Cola. 100. Let's actually check the volume ratio. This is interesting. Yeah, so highest volume in wave 3 as expected. 4, 5 should follow. That is often what we track. If you see here, highest volume in the wave C ending. Possible wave C or wave 3 here if we get a 4, 5. If we get a 4, 5, should be on lower volume, and then we get somewhat of a lower volume, lower price, somewhat of a bullish divergence there. But let's see. So do let me know. Yes, sir, with the stop loss sitting above it. Brother, where's the Discord link? Yes, okay. So let me quickly get the Discord link for you. Apologies. Invite people, and I will copy this link. I'm going to put this Discord link in this. There we go. Max Trades Crypto. You can see there. Click this Discord link and it will take you to Max Trades Crypto Discord server. So that's where we do all the Elliott Wave analysis and the trading, the trade possibilities, everything there. So do watch out for that. Let me know, actually, if you guys see a watermark in the bottom right of your screen. I'll do your yes sir with stop loss sitting above it. I promise I'll do that right now. Let me just know if there's a watermark above on your screen while in front of my camera. That would be very, very irritating for you guys. Thank you very much. Love you, brother. Thank you so much, Crypto Degen. Yeah, Crypto Degen. I love that name. Crypto Degen's valid. If we get 5 waves to the upside above 61, what is it a good idea to long after pullback, mate? Okay, so let me just go over those two scenarios at the moment. So you want to set up a 15-minute trade with a tight stop loss, high leverage, I'm guessing, on this scenario here. Okay, so let me just do, so in this wave 4 at the moment, we are likely to get, as I said, this structure here, an A, B, and a C. This is very likely on this 15-minute time frame. An A wave up, B wave down, C wave up. Okay. Now, once the A wave is complete, right? Once the A wave is complete, you want to track this B wave. To do so, you are going to take this fib tool here, fib retracement, and measure from the A wave bottom to the A wave top, which I expect is going to be somewhere around here. The target for a B wave is commonly the 0.618, 0.786. Possible B wave here. Perfect. This is going to be our B wave, and that is going to be happy. We are now getting this ABC. Let me actually put this wave for you here. This is what we expect to happen, right? This is what is going to happen on the chart in our head. Cool. Then, the C wave. To start, now this is where your trade starts becoming reality, right? Where your C wave is going to end is where you are going to enter your short. Obviously, you want to track the highest point in wave 4 to get the highest returns, right? So, let's say this B wave goes just in the middle of the 0.618. You're going to take this trend-based fib extension, measure the length of the A wave, so the bottom of the A wave, to the top of the A wave, then to the bottom of the B wave. This one-to-one extension is going to be your entry point for wave C. At 60,700 in this example, wave A might extend, wave B target will be different. Everything will be on a Discord. If you ask, pop a message in the general chat, pop a message on my Bitcoin analysis and say, listen, Max, I'm trying to enter a trade here. What are your thoughts? And I will definitely respond to you in real time. So if let's say this plays out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and I'm up at 7 a.m. and I answer you there, I can perfectly set up that trade how I would take it. Obviously trade at your own risk. This is just me giving education, okay? Education and entertainment, please remember that. Then you're going to short from this one-to-one at the $60,710 with your stop loss sitting at the 61,126. Now, to set up your risk to reward, right? A short position from this, targeting this wave 5 move, let's say wave 5 at that fair value gap there, bounce from that fair value gap, with your stop loss sitting here. Now, in this trade, your risk to reward ratio is a 5.06. So you only want to make sure that when your stop loss is possibly hit, you must always make sure in your head that this is the money you were willing to risk for a 5-to-1 reward, right? So that depends on your account, right? If you have a $100 account in here, I would risk around 5%. So if this is a move here, if you're risking around a 5% move, so a $5, and this is only 0.65%, so 5% divided by 0.68 if we pull out a calculator, this would be your leverage. So 5 divided by 0.68 would be around a 7% or 7x leverage. 7x leverage from here when you're risking $5 on a $100 account. That is a good example. So that would be your trade here and targeting this move to the downside. Remember, 15-minute trades are more risky. Please be careful with 15-minute time frames. They are more risky. I'm guessing what has happened to you, sir, is you have missed okay, I'll get to I'm guessing Ben is more crypto online. I've been in his stuff from when I was very young, but I don't really trust Ben all too much anymore. And I'll prove to you guys now how he trades. But so Sadowski, that is how, or Sadowski, that is how I would trade that move there. So that is how that would work. Then you said, if we have a 5-wave move up from here, meaning that this move down is not a 5-wave correction and is more a B, C. This would mean that this move here would also be, so this move here being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, being a wave A, wave B, and a wave C, finishing this off, right? This move finishing off, possibly not even a 3-wave move. I mean, this could be a 5-wave structure from here. This is possibly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. ABC on the chart. Lovely. If we move up from here, a target would be, if we are moving up in a wave 1 or a wave A, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by a 3-wave move down, right? That is what would occur. Now, it obviously wouldn't be that big. It would be something like this. Now, entering in as a long trade on possibly this would be around an hourly time frame trade, and you would then take the fib ratio from the low to the high of that wave 5 and enter around that wave 2 target. Remember, wave 2s can extend, so put around a okay, so how I would enter into a trade like this is you enter in somewhat of a triangle. So if we look at a triangle at the moment, we have a triangle here. Perfect. Putting smaller trades towards that 0.5, the minimum target for a wave 2, and larger trades as we move down with a stop loss sitting at the 0.886, as that is the invalidation for a wave 2. That is how I would trade this. I hope that answers your question for both things. If you're still confused, please let me know. Benjamin Cowan. I don't know who Benjamin Cowan is. Ben say we are going to Benjamin Cowan. Would be great if you can do Elliott Wave on USDT dominance as it reversely correlates. Okay, so Elliott Wave on USDT dominance. Please, it does not work. And I'll explain to you why now. USDT dominance, if we add here percentage USDT dominance. Cool. No, this is not what we want. We want Bitcoin dominance, right? Okay. And I'll explain to you why both of these don't work. And it would be flippin' amazing if they do work, but they sadly don't. These are likely to work more on trendline based figures. So, as you can see here, trend lines heavily respected. But if you look here as well, I mean, lovely respecting here. If you zoom in, touching perfectly. Lovely. Possibly something like this. Okay. Why Elliott Wave Theory does not work on USDT dominance or Bitcoin dominance is price is not involved. Moving down here, this is not a percentage. The side of this is a percentage. It maxes out at 100%. You cannot have 4,000% dominance. It does not work. Dominance only maxes out at 100%. Therefore, it has a cap, and measuring fib levels on this doesn't make sense. It doesn't respect fib levels like time. Oftentimes, the 618 is respected here on these things, but is not a fib that you can use anywhere else. I mean, if we draw from the bottom here, the likelihood that 618 is also respected here is high. 618 is often respected on these kind of things, but you cannot do Elliott Wave Theory where there is a limit to price, limiting the percentage, limiting that chart. So if the maximum is 100%, if you look at the BTC dominance, if the maximum is 100%, you cannot go higher than 100%. 100% is the top. You cannot have 102% of money. You can only have 100% of it. So please be careful when doing Elliott Wave Theory with BTC dominance. I see it way too many times from many traders, and you cannot really do that. It does not work. So that is my 2 cents on the on that. So please be very careful. It would be great. All clear, bro, because it's not a tradable asset. Yes, so that dominance cannot be traded like that. Often, yes, it respects trend lines. Yes, it respects things like that, but it cannot be just thrown around as a asset. An asset is something that can increase infinitely, supposedly, if there's enough investors, enough money, enough capital, enough authorized capital. So that's not something like that, and it just measures on percentage. You cannot do Elliott Wave on percentage. That is, it's not written in the Elliott Wave rulebook. Oh, lovely. Yeah, Angie, noted. Awesome. Thank you so much for your question. Sadowski, so if you do have that that move down, be very careful. How do I highlight? Oh, just figured it out like that. Amazing. So on that 15-minute time frame, be careful on that time frame. What I'm guessing has happened is you've missed these entries over here. I will tell you now, I was very much like this in my early trading years. Where can I get in? Where can I put my money in now that I catch the next move? Trading is forever. There are always more opportunities. The best trade, as TradingView often says, when you open TradingView, it says, the best trade you can take is often no trade at all. And risking that 5% means you need to make that 5% back, and then you still want to make a 5% profit. So you need to make a 10% gain. So please be very careful with stuff like that. Risking 5% is obviously quite a high number. 5 to 7% is around the average on risk trades from professional traders. I risk sometimes a bit more, sometimes a lot less. So it all depends on the trade, and what you're comfortable with. But there's always more trades. As I said, there was a trade here that we took. If you missed that trade, there was this trade at the 1-to-1. If you missed that trade, there is going to be more in the future. Don't waste your money on small trades. Mindset is very key in trading. Holding your capital is very key in trading. When I was younger, I often put money in where I didn't need to and didn't actually want to. If I did my analysis properly, if I made a video and said, listen, this is where I would actually trade from, but then I would go to my trading account and still put a trade in because of that mindset was not correct. So please keep your money, hold your things for better trades. I mean, this wave 4 might fail, and this wave 4 might end up being the green wave 4. and it's still a wave 4, but that your stop loss is then hit, and you've then wasted your capital there. So please keep it tight. There's no reason to be in a language in South Africa where I'm from, we call it haastig. Haastig is in Afrikaans. It's called impatient. Impatience is haastig. So don't be haastig with your money. Be patient. Patience is very, very key in Elliott Wave, in trading in general. Please hold your money. Guys, I'm quickly gonna blow my nose. I'm struggling here a bit with my nose. Wait 1 second for me. Okay, awesome. Let's get on. Ethereum is following 2016 price action for 10 months in a row to the T. So trading does indeed follow past price action. I don't trade Ethereum. I think an Ethereum is just an extension to Bitcoin, and the likelihood that Ethereum and Bitcoin, you make this very similar percentage, is very high. So I keep Ethereum on the side. If you were to hold an altcoin, Ethereum is a good one. Solana is an even better one. But yeah, I think that is the move. Now I'd like to get on to the second scenario on the chart. Second scenario on the chart, as mentioned many times in our YouTube, mentioned everything, is that we have finished this entire corrective structure. And where is my brush? We have finished this entire corrective structure, and now we are moving to the upside. Entire corrective structure finished, and now we are actually moving to the upside. Guys, I actually do want to tell you as well something I'm a bit excited for. In 13 minutes, it is my birthday, which is very, very cool. I turn 21 years old on the 11th of October, which in my country now is indeed 12 minutes away. Very, very cool. So I was just excited to tell you about that. So this is the second scenario on the chart. Second scenario means we have finished this entire wave corrective structure, and this low is indeed now in. This low is done. And now from a low, we can either have two things, three things actually, is a multi 1-2. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a 5-wave structure in 3 that we count as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, like we said before. Or we can have an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Lovely. Or we can have something called a diagonal. Now a diagonal is where wave 1 and a wave 4 overlap in price. You can see here they overlap with converging or expanding lines, trend lines there. Now that is a diagonal on the chart. Diagonal here is indeed now occurring, possibly. So in a diagonal, every single move is a 3-wave structure. If you look here clearly all these moves are at the moment 3-wave structures. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, and now we are still in this C wave down. The target for the C wave is the $57,703. This is the most bullish scenario. So if you were to long or trust in the scenario more than our scenario 1, this would be a good 4-hour setup for you at the $57,703 region. So still the exact same moves down at over here, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this move here. This is actually lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So still a possible 5-wave structure in that wave C. Wave C has to indeed be a 5-wave structure, and then we move up from there in another A, B, C. Now, there is this trend line to please watch out for, the smaller degree trend line here from the low, touching these little ones here and then almost touching here. Possible a little retracement here, so something like a 1 2 3 4 5, and then we get a little bounce on that 4 5 to the lower trend line here, hitting that 1-to-1, hitting the lower trend line, and then we move up in that ABC. So that is indeed what I'm tracking on this move here. So this is our second scenario on the chart. I do think the other scenario at the moment is more likely, as I do expect lower prices, but this one should still be on the chart for good reason. We then are possibly having a wave 1 to the upside. This is a larger degree wave 1, followed by a wave 2, 3, 4, and a 5. 3, 4, and 5 would indeed target those all-time highs, which would be really, really nice to see. How's a sim? I'm live streaming, so I'll end now. So that is what we're doing on the chart right now, as this would be the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up. What would be even more hectic, is if this is the start of a diagonal again, a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more sideways price action for the next year. That would be very, very boring on the chart, but we'll get there when we get there. We'll see what happens when that occurs. Still lots of money to be made in those price areas. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Angie. Do you trade using liquidation heat map? So liquidation heat map, I don't actively use it in my trading. Let's actually quickly search for liquidation heat map. BTC liquidation heat map, and I think it's on CoinLoss. Yes, it is indeed. So let's actually see what the heat map's doing. Monthly heat map. So I don't actually actively use this while trading. I don't think it has. You can track the liquidity by hitting the fair value gaps, hitting those bullish CVDs, instead of tracking it with this heat map. I actually find this heat map very difficult to read. Oftentimes you can't actually see what is even going on. I mean, if I click this one, does this and this mean now I must calculate this block plus this block plus this block plus this block to see where liquidity sits. So I don't often use it. Let's go to the 3 month and see where stuff's sitting at the 3 month. I mean, 209 million is not even a lot. I mean, I've seen billions on this thing. 3 month, 6 month. Let's see what's sitting on the 6 month. 6 month. Yeah, 5.5 billion sitting at 70,000. Likelihood to be taken out is then obviously higher, right? Higher the liquidity above us, higher the likelihood to be taken out. But you know, this is 5 billion up here. This is 1.16 billion down here. But if you add up all these billions towards the downside, actually 6 months, how many days is 6 months? 6 months is 180 days. We actually need to go back to around a year to track this entire range. That's so crazy. I mean, 19 billion sitting at 30k. Does that mean we go to 30k? No. I mean, that just because the liquidity is down there doesn't mean we go there always. I mean, if you see here, there's still 16 billion over here. Price moved down off that 16 billion. The 16 billion was then made. As you can see, it's not over here, but it's over here. So the 16 billion was then made. Price shot up and didn't even touch the 16 million, even though it got so close. So no, using and then it crashed all the way to the downside on a massive crash. So no, using liquidation heat map, I don't do that. I don't often look at this for insight. So I'm going to exit this at the moment. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Crypto Ace. Really, really appreciate you guys. Very cool that we have people in here actually chatting. I remember when I first started my my live stream when I was a bit smaller, there was very few people in here, so it was very very nice to see people coming in and starting to chat. Let me know if the stream is doing fine. My computer's lagging a little bit. I don't know why. I'm guessing it's from the stream. So if we look at current price action, we can see on the 5-minute time frame. So this is something interesting now. As we expected. I don't know if Sadowski's still in here. Sadowski, if you are, raise your hand. We expected something like this, Sadowski. And as you can see here, that 5-wave move in A is possibly finishing round about now. And we should then see a retracement in B. So something along the lines of this. Then, if we look at something in Elliott Wave, which is 886 touches. So if price moves up, down, back up, touches the 886 level. If I show you here, that's not how you measure it. Touches this 886 level, the likelihood to once again, the likelihood for to once again take this high drastically increases. As in, the probabilities to take this high at some point in time increase tremendously. So, if we look here on the 5-minute time frame, we can see here on these candles here that we have indeed touched the 886 multiple times. We can see here from the low of this candle to the high, 886 touched. So 886, if it's touched so many times, the likelihood to take this low again is very high. If we look at a time where price was not or started to be more bullish, like this A wave up over here, possible wave 1. So if we go look at the 5-minute time frame, we can see here, oh, where did it go now? I must move all the way back. Okay, so let's look at this impulse down. This impulse down did not have an 886 touch even on the 5-minute time frame. You can see here, price never reached into the area down of that 886, down to here, 886 not touched, down to here, 886 not touched, not touched, not touched, still not touched all the way through if we go down. So an 886 touch is always likely to take the high or the low at some point in time. So at the moment we can see on the move down, we do indeed have that 886 touch, and that means we are likely to take this low at some point in time, likely for it to be over the weekend, over this this Friday coming up tomorrow is indeed high. So do keep an eye out for that. If we do see impulsive structures now, be wary of this being a wave C and not a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But yeah, that is about all the analysis. Seem fine here in Southern USA. Southern USA. Don't you guys have, I mean, Southern USA to me I would say Florida, but I mean, of course, proper Southern is New Mexico, right? New Mexico, Mexico going into that south. But proper Southern, if you're in Southern USA, what is the likelihood you are in the area of the Milton hurricane? How are you guys doing that side? I've heard or seen quite a few things on Instagram and the news. Alabama, From what I know, Alabama is not 886 is 63k. 63k. I don't really understand. 886 is 63k. Don't really understand what you mean, sir. You can measure. Okay, so how you measure 886 levels is you, with that fib retracement tool, you measure from the high to the low of a point, and if price has not touched the 886 in this region from where you measured, that is how you measure the 886. So if price goes all the way, if price moves to here, the region that or of space that you have to touch the 886 here is this level here. So yeah, I don't know what you mean at 63k. Do let me know. Just hit Florida, no big deal here. I mean, just now you say likely to visit 886. What price is that? Apologies. So when I say it's likely to revisit 886, that means on the chart here, what I was talking about is on the 5-minute time frame, the 886 has been touched at 58,937. That means the likelihood for price to take the low from where it is measured from, the low here, the low is sitting at 58,900. The likelihood to take out that low, so price coming back down, increases drastically. That is what I meant by that statement. Just hit Florida, no big deal here. Where is Alabama on a map? Alabama on a map. Yeah, so okay, I mean, you guys are pretty close to Florida. My uncle actually lives in Florida. Guys are pretty close to Florida then. Mexico, yeah, Mexico's obviously and I'm guessing this is somewhere along here as New Mexico. But Alabama is also very south of Mexico, Cuba, Bahamas. Yeah. Montgomery, Alabama. Hectic. Noted. Perfect. Good luck. Good think. Thanks, Minas. Cool. Guys, I do think I am going to clock off there. My roommate is back. I'm still in university, so I have a roommate here staying in a residence, a male residence. So my roommate is back, and I'm guessing he wants to sleep. It's 12 o'clock here. It is officially my birthday, so very, very cool. 21st, 21 years of age today. Crazy. I'm from South Africa. So down south of Africa. That is where I'm from. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel, join the Discord. Please do join the Discord. That is where you'll get all these trades in the chat. I mean, there we go. 2 people joined. Cree and Shera. I'm guessing that's someone from the live stream. But yes, guys, please join. Happy birthday again. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little party with my friends and see how that goes. I can officially drink in your country, Crypto Ace, at 21 years of age. But you guys can drive at 16, which I find absolutely crazy. But yeah, guys, so enjoy the rest of your Friday or Thursday, actually, if you guys are in the US. Thursday, Friday, wherever you guys are from. And I'm going to clock off there. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the analysis. It's been Max Trades Crypto. Cheers, guys.